Ta-da! All right. So my plan is to show you inside of Illustrator again. Scroll to the bottom, press next. We are in Illustrator Basics. We went through the text tool, we went through the fill and stroke, we went through the text to path. I kind of showed shapes a little bit yesterday, so I'm going to show shapes again, and I'm going to show gradient today, and then we'll see where the time's at, whether or not I show clipping mask today or Monday. I've got the stuff loaded in that I've made. I haven't deleted that one yet, so I'll end up replacing a couple of these here as well. So I'm going to go to Illustrator. I'm going to make a new file. Remember, it's a print file. So if I go to print, there's letter. There's that recent. Did you see that? There's recent. That's exactly what I've been doing, is the 8.5 by 11 in print. So I can choose that if I want. Then I don't have to type in all that other stuff because it's the exact same thing I just used the other day. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click create. And there's my artboard. From here, remember, we can go to shapes. Whoa. I'm on stars. All right, shapes. So I click and hold to get all my options. Remember, you can choose sizes, and I mean, those ones were all pretty apparent the other day. I'm going to click the star tool again and just show you better how to use that. This is why it looked stupid yesterday, because I didn't change my inside and outside radius. So I'm going to have this one at 3, and I'm going to have this one at like 2. And if I wanted a 12-point star, now it's a real 12-point star. So that's why it looked stupid yesterday, is because I wasn't paying attention to that, and I was just trying to show you quickly before time ran out. So there's my 12-pointed star. You got to change your inside and outside radius if you want it to look like a star. So from here, I'm just going to show you what a gradient looks like. Okay, so if I click on this shape while I'm in the selection tool, right, this top left tool, I can go to fill, or I can go to gradient over here in the left-hand toolbar. Either one will work. I'm going to go to fill, and then you can choose. There's these gradients right here, and they have specific colors, but they can be changed. Okay, so if you click the black and white one, it's going to fill it black and white. But down here at the bottom, there's a little tab thing that you can click that says gradient options. And when you click that, apparently it's hiding. Come on. Oh crap. It's stuck. Well, we'll go like this. And then I'll try to grab it. Okay. That's awful big. So I'm going to shrink it back up. Alright, so gradient options. So from here, you can do some things. So up here we have types. So I can click and go, okay, I really want it to be a gradient from inside out. I really want it to be a gradient that you can move like these points, right? And decide where the gradient comes from. See how it moves? Like when I move this around, it changes where things are. And you could move any of these individually. So it's changing where like those highlights and things are. Oh, go back. You can do points, you can do line, right? So you could do it with line, you could do it with points. That's up to you. It really doesn't matter. You can move this stuff as well. I'm going to go back. Oh, I'm going to undo some of those things I just did. And go back to something normal. Okay. So I can slide these little bars. Do you see what happens when I slide the bar? See how it's more black or less black or whatever? So I can do those as well. I can move my white, right? I can change my colors because black and white tends to be a little boring. So if I have this little dot that I can slide, if I double click it, it'll pop up with color so that I can go, I really want it to be from red to black. Or red, if I click my other one, if I go back over here, double click that one, I can go red to blue or whatever, right? So then I have that. So now I can slide my middle thing around and decide how much is going to be red and how much is going to be blue. I could slide this so that it's really intense blue to one side, right? Really intense red to the other side. And then the gradient changes kind of in the middle, right? So you can play with those things as well. There was something else. Oh, the angle. So you can change the angle. So say you want it to be a -45. So instead it goes the other way, right? So you can change angles as well. So 120. Okay, there it goes. So play with that however you want. It truly doesn't matter to me. Oops, I clicked off. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to make another shape. Star tool again, because why not? It's fun, right? I'm going to click. I'm going to say I want a 7-pointed star, about that same size. It's too big. I'm like, crap, it's bigger than I want. So if I hold the Shift key, I can shrink it. Shift and grab a corner. It'll stay in proportion that way. But it's got that same fill, and I don't want that fill. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to choose this orange and yellow one. Okay? And then I'm going to click Gradient Options. And the reason I'm choosing this one, and you can play with the other one as well, do you see how it's got more sliders? Yes? So you can pick other stuff. So like say I want to change this middle one, I can change it to green. See how it adds another color? So I can choose more colors. I don't know why necessarily I would, but what the heck? Why not, right? And then I can change how much of each of those colors, just like before, are shown, right? So I can move all of these sliders around to make it more balanced, however it is that you want it to be balanced. I got a lot of green and blue in the middle. Maybe I don't want so much green and blue. So I'm going to slide those. I'm going to give it a little bit more red on the end, a little less orange, because I'm not an orange fan. Right? Until I get something that's cool that I like. Again, I have all those other things that I can change the angles and all that other stuff as well, because right now it stays on whatever you used last. It doesn't go back to defaults. That's the way I think all of the Adobe programs work. I know Photoshop does it that way. However you last used this, so I last used this at -120 degrees, that's how it's going to pop up. So if you want it to change, then you're going to have to change it. That's just how it goes. So maybe I wanted it to do that. Whee, that's fun, right? So the name of the game today is to play with this and see. I really wish I could read what that thing says. My timer is like too light. I think I got time to show you clipping mask. All right, so the last one in the basic skills is the clipping mask. So I'm gonna, oh, by the way, you would, not clipping mask, you would snip these, right? Snip these and put them in your PowerPoint. So I'm just gonna delete them for now. And I'm gonna make a new thing, a new shape, and you could use whatever shape you want. I'll use polygonal, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to say I want it to be 4 inches and I want 5 sides, whatever. Okay, so there's my 5-sided shape with my weird color. I don't want my color like that, so I'm going to click it and I'm going to do no fill. And I've got a stroke of black, I believe. Yes, I do. So I've got a stroke of black, so I'm going to leave it that way. Now, the way the clipping mask works is you can put a picture inside of that, okay? So I'm going to go to Google, because that's where everybody goes. Google, and I'm going to look up a picture of what? What do we want a picture of? Somebody, anybody, what do you want a picture of? What are you chewing on? Oh, putting your things on. Picture, what do we like? A rainbow. Rainbow it is. not a rainbow vacuum cleaner. I'm going to go to images. I got to make this quick. All right. So, a couple of things. If you're going to search for an image in Google, go to tools. Look here on my thing. Go to tools. And then choose size. And then choose large. Because if you don't choose large, you're going to get pictures that suck. Okay? Anytime you pick something else up here too, so if I say color, like rainbow color, right? Then I have to still go back to tools, and I still have to go to size, and I still have to click large, okay? What it's going to do is it's going to eliminate the ones that suck, all right? So I like this. I'm going to click it. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to save the image as somewhere, save image as. And I'm just going to throw it on my desktop. Oh crap, it ain't going to work because it's a WebP image. If it says that WebP stuff, don't bother. It won't work. So let's find something else we like. Let's do this one. Click, right click, save image as. Why the heck is that a WebP? Oh, WebP. WebP's annoying me. We want a JPEG or something. Okay, I don't want that. Rainbow. This is interesting. Don't be a WebP, please. File. Save image as. There we go, JPEG. All right, I'm going to save her to my desktop. She's funky and weird. So now she's on my desktop, so I'm going to File, Place Her. You can also just drag and drop her. I'm going to place her in here. She's just randomly on my desktop. There she is. I'm going to click, and there she is. Okay? She's way, way, way too big. So if I grab a corner and I hold the Shift key, I can make her smaller. Okay? But I do want her a little bit bigger than my shape. Okay? Right now she's a little bit bigger than my shape, so I'm going to let her slide just like she's at. Or she is. If you don't hold the Shift key, then you're going to stretch it, and that is a super huge, Control Z by the way, pet peeve of mine is when people stretch pictures, especially of people, because nobody wants to be fatter or squished or whatever. So please don't do that. From here, in order to place this inside of there, I need to put her behind the shape. Okay? Now I can do that in my Layers tab over here. I click the little arrow and I can slide her underneath. Or I can right click and do, where is it at? Do. I don't see it. Never mind. We're just going to slide her. Go to the Layers tab and slide her below. So now she's behind, and you can kind of see it here. She's behind the shape that I made. Okay? From here, what I'm going to do, every day you're the same amount late. Stop it. Wake up earlier. Oh, whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the picture of her. Then I'm going to hold Shift, and I'm going to click the shape. Now I have both of them selected. Okay? They're both selected. Now I can do a couple of things. I can go to the Properties tab and do Make Clipping Mask. It's right there. That's easy. Or I can go to Object. I always lose it. Clipping Mask. It's way towards the bottom. Okay? Clipping Mask. Make. Okay? Done. She's inside of my shape. If I don't like her placement, I can go to Arrange, which is also over here. Arrange. Oh, that's not right. What is it? It is not Embed. What can I do? Oh, shoot. There's something I can do. Hold on. I forget. Make Clipping Mask. Release Mask. Oops, shoot. Not what I wanted. Make Clipping Mask. Isolate mask. I don't think that's it either. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so isolate mask. Do you see how now I can move her inside of there? So I can get her exactly where I want her, because I didn't like how her glasses were in there funky. So I wanted to be able to move her over